Hi, I just saw Vinland Saga Season 1. Here are my initial thoughts. So first off, this is kind of a battle anime. It takes place in 1000 AD. It's told from the perspective of the Danish Vikings as they invade England. Although our main character, Thorfinn, and Thor's, his father, they live initially in Iceland. Thor's is Danish. He deserted the army. And what stands out for me is really great character writing full of conflict and character flaws. Throughout the anime, this guy, Thor's, who was once like the best warrior ever, casts a whole shadow on the show. Even though he's only really in a couple episodes, he gets killed very early on, which traumatizes Thorfinn, and kind of puts him on this path of revenge where he wants to kill Askeladd. The difference between Askeladd and Thor's is a true warrior to heart. He has this rigid sense of honor, and Askeladd doesn't have any of that. In fact, he basically kills him through a dirty trick. Although there's a lot more to Askeladd than meets the eye, he's a very cunning warrior, a very cunning tactician, and he just has this, silver tongue, as the show calls it, where he's just so great about taking a situation and flipping it on its head to get the upper hand. This is Thorfinn. When he grows up, he joins Askeladd's company, which is ironic. So he does this basically to get chances to duel him. It's really important for him to kill him in a specific way, This ironically has to spend like about a decade or so of time with Askeladd, and Askeladd kind of becomes his father figure, although, not in a very nurturing way. In fact, Askeladd is just taking advantage of him, although he does respect Thorfinn in a way, I think. The battles are very good, but what's at the core of the show is it's also a political drama, and it really ramps up into this aspect. You start with battle, and then we meet this guy, who's Prince Canute, who's the second born son to the king of Denmark. Prince Canute grows a lot through the show. He goes from not being able to speak to anybody but his retainer to stepping up and being the leader of the country, basically. And he has this pressure to kind of step up because his father is trying to kill him by putting him into positions where he would lose his life on the field of battle. Speaking of field of battle, this guy, Thorkel, can't get enough of it. He's hilarious, he's kind of like a kid, but he's also wise. And he also has this rigid sense of honor, just like Thor's does. As a whole, Vinland Saga has great action and great character journeys. I love how it starts with physical battles that's full of great action moments, and then it kind of warps into this political drama where, it's a battle of wits. And this show does a great job at developing tension with its scenes, especially towards the end when we get into more of the political stuff. As a whole, I'd give this an 8.5 out of 10, but that rating might change once I sit down and do a full review on my website at inreview.blog.